Look at this incredible weather this morning. Cloudy, cold, rainy, but we're out still. And that's only because we received word that wild dogs are within our concession again. At least one of the packs. There's been a big pack of 35 to 40 odd dogs that's been hanging out overseen in the Kleseri the last few days. There was a report that they were out in the western section of our concession yesterday morning, briefly before heading back to Kleseri. But then one of the other packs is around. So, Sofa Safari team of Luke and Britta out this morning to try and find them. Chad is out on a solo safari this morning to try and find them, and let us see if we have better luck with doggies in this weather, because as we always say in weather like this, it is perfect weather for wild dogs, than we have been having searching for leopards over the last week. So yeah, enjoy. Dogs are active, very active animals, so it does actually increase our chances of finding them if they stay in the area.
Yeah, I think we're going in the wrong direction, yeah, well, yeah, but there's rain coming.
Luke is just also complaining about the rain. Yeah, the dogs are active, which means that if they stay in the area, there's a good chance of finding them because they're running around, they're hunting. It means they're leaving signs. They love running on the roads. It's a nice, easy pathway for them to run on. So that's what we're going to be checking on this morning. Thoroughly soaked now. Only a few mils of rain, but it's amazing when you're driving around in a vehicle without a roof how wet rain actually is. Who would have thought? It hasn't done us any favours from a tracking point of view. Any tracks that these dogs would have left yesterday have been washed away, they're gone now. If we do find tracks this morning, on top of the rain, we know that they're going to be fresh. But so far, nothing. Some very fresh hyena tracks for a lot of hyenas coming back down this road. They have a tendency to follow behind the dogs. Dogs are very successful when they kill hyenas, try run in and steal it from them. So I'm going to turn around. It's not a wild dog or a leopard, but it's an elephant. Amazingly, for people that have visited us before, you know how many elephants we have roaming around this place. It's points where you don't even stop to look at them. They become like impalas in a sense of their abundance. But they've been a little bit scarce the last couple of weeks, so just a lone one. Did pick up another couple too earlier further east on the open areas, but gathered up near a marula. No marula fruits left. It's just happenstance that he's there. Maybe the shady tree provides for good grassy cover, and that's what he's going for now, is the nutritious grass is still growing under the big tree. Like London buses. Don't see any for ages, and then they all come. That's what I was referring to. You can't really ride an elephant like a bus. But we have a small breeding herd. They were actually sleeping on the road as I approached. They're a lot less grumpy than I am when I wake up in the morning. More information is available for movements of. Okay, that radio call from Luke was some good news. Let us leave our dear elephants and head that way. They have right of way. They've decided that the road is their best place to sleep, so we will go around and catch up with you guys later. Bye. Okay, onward. Out of low range, otherwise we ain't going nowhere fast. Here we go. We have some wild dogs at long last. As I speculated a few days ago, where they'd likely be running up and down these tarmac surface of our access road, and off there running into the Timbavati. So let's follow and see what we find. Although the tracks of hyenas that we had earlier did not lead to any wild dogs, you can see why we follow them, because right behind this pack of dogs are a clan of hyenas walking. They've just been chased by the dogs, but regrouping. Even though they're much larger than the dogs, the dogs typically outnumber their packs, and it's far more cooperative. And what they lack in size, they make up for in terms of cooperation and group attacks, and it's never outwardly aggressive. So for safari team in action. Dogs now on our airstrip. So I'm wet again, and this was a slightly sneaky solo safari because I climbed onto the sofa safari vehicle for the wild dogs. We thought rather than having two vehicles follow them, let's just climb in one, and we had an epic sighting. So I actually hate that word. We had an amazing sighting. That's a much better word. So you're not going to see much of that footage here, but be sure to check our YouTube channel, because we are going to be having basically an episode dedicated to wild dogs coming tomorrow. So enjoy. Cheers. I have just got back to my cruiser. I am soaking wet because I pulled a sneaky and jumped on the Sofa Safari Land Rover, and ended up having an epic wild dog sighting. Actually, I'm sorry, I dislike that word epic. We had an amazing wild dog sighting. They were, well, basically for an hour, they were running up our access road, playing around. Incredible interaction with hyena, literally under our car. You're not going to see it in this episode. Maybe a little sneak peek. I'll see how I'm feeling. But be sure, actually, I'm going to put a sneak peek. Here it is. But be sure to check us out on our YouTube channel tomorrow, because the full episode of Sofa Safaris with those dogs is going to be airing there. I am getting home to get dry and get warm in very typical Ranger fashion. Had a plan, found some fresh tracks and decided to follow up on the line. Still on the lookout. There's tracks coming up past Impala Dam, but along the way, nice breeding herd of elephants. As you watch these animals, it's remarkable that something so big can survive on basically low nutritious wood. You watch what she's doing there with her trunk, breaking off those branches, putting it in, using her teeth to grind off that outer layer of wood, and then grabbing those the words just go away from me. Strips, I'll use the simple English word, the strips of cambium layer, and she'll take those, peel those off the wood and eat that, using her trunk to manipulate it with incredible dexterity. The great thing about watching elephants is that they are always doing something. Because of their feeding requirements, they're spending 16 to 18 hours a day, every day, doing this. Being awake, being active, feeding, little one coming out there too, feeding through most of the day, the night as well. A stark contrast to what we find, and what you've probably noticed with a lot of our lion videos, is that they tend to spend their days doing nothing. It's all about energy conservation, because they're, as opposed to eating 16 to 18 hours a day, are eating maybe once every 2 or 3 days. So when you don't know when your next meal is going to come, you have to be a little bit more conservative of what energy you have already got in you. Slightly odd getting to enjoy all these moments without a vehicle filled of happy smiling tourists. And I hope that by sharing some of what we're capturing here, you're able to at least get a little bit of your African fix, and although it's no substitute for the real thing, it is better than watching Tiger King. Now, talk about people getting their fix for Africa, but many of you have never been here before, and so much to still look forward to, and I hope that once this is all over, you do have the opportunity to come and visit us. One thing that seems to surprise people more than anything is just how close we are able to get to the animals without being necessarily intrusive on their way of life. I've been parked here now for 10 minutes, 15 minutes watching these elephants, and this female has come now, so I'm just going to pull out a bit. But that's the side of my car. She's probably 12, 13 feet away, and happily munching on that bush, and there's nothing to suggest that she's not going to come even closer once she's satisfied. She's eaten everything she can off that tree. But a real privilege to be able to get this close to these animals. Alrighty, she's finishing off with that bush. My stomach has grown hungrier watching her devour that resin bush, so I'm going to be carrying on, checking a little bit more for the line, but heading back to camp slowly. Oh my goodness, this is about the 5th time I'm trying to say this closing line, and all I really want to tell you is to be sure to check out our YouTube channel for the latest episode of Tantatula Surface Safari, which should be coming out tomorrow, and it is going to have everything else from that wild dog hyena sighting that you didn't see on our solo safari. So yeah, check that out, and I'm sure it will be well worth your while. Until next time, stay warm, at least in this part of the world, stay safe, and we'll catch up soon. Cheers.